The Arctic is unforgiving to the weak. The polar bear does not arrive merely to survive. It enters to assert dominance. Every measured step carries overwhelming presence, compelling all other life to hesitate. Its immense muscle is unleashed, where each forward movement alone establishes authority. Within moments of confrontation, the weaker presence gives way, and the balance is instantly reshaped. What forces have forged the absolute power of this cold region ruler? The polar bear is the largest land carnivore on Earth, weighing over 1,500 pounds and standing nearly 10 feet tall when fully upright. A thick layer of fat and white fur not only provides insulation, but also allows it to blend seamlessly into the vast, icy landscape. Its highly developed sense of smell enables the bear to detect prey from distances of several miles away, even beneath thick layers of ice. In this frozen world, the polar bear is not only a hunter, but a symbol of complete adaptation to one of the harshest environments on the planet. In the wild, encounters between polar bears and walruses represent some of the most intense displays of power in the Arctic. The walrus, often called the tank of the North, possesses an enormous body that can weigh up to 4,400 pounds, protected by skin nearly 4 inches thick and a massive insulating fat layer. Its tusks, reaching close to 3 feet in length, help it stabilize on ice and also serve as formidable defenses capable of inflicting severe injury on any predator. Because of this danger, the polar bear rarely chooses a direct confrontation. Instead, it becomes a force that shapes chaos. Through its overwhelming presence alone, the bear triggers panic within the walrus herd, driving many into the water. Amid the confusion, it remains still and observant, identifying a separated calf or an individual weakened by crowd movement, targets that carry the least risk. Only when a vulnerable walrus is isolated on land does the bear move in. Its immense weight bears down, and focused strikes are directed at sensitive areas, quickly limiting the animal's ability to resist. With a hunting success rate below 10%, this strategy does not reflect weakness, but a calculated survival instinct. The polar bear chooses patience and precision over risking its life against the Arctic's armored giant. Across the silent, flat ice fields of the Arctic, a quiet game of hide-and-seek quietly begins. In the biting cold of -30 degrees Fahrenheit, the polar bear stands completely still like a white statue, concealed beside scattered breathing holes in the thick ice. Time passes in absolute silence. Although beluga whales can hold their breath for up to 20 minutes, they remain bound by biology and must surface for air, especially when confined within narrow channels surrounded by ice. The bear memorizes the locations of these breathing holes with remarkable precision. In the instant a beluga surfaces, A rapid, close-in movement seals the outcome before the whale can react. When summer approaches and the frozen kingdom begins to break apart, the North's greatest predator immediately shifts strategy. The polar bear is an exceptional swimmer, gliding quietly through icy currents, timing each breath and tracking along the water's edge like a white shadow. In shallow river mouths, thousands of belugas measuring up to 15 feet long gather to shed their skin, seeking safety in warmer water. But this calm refuge quickly turns into a zone of danger. From a rocky ledge nearly 10 feet high, the bear dives downward with precision, seizing a brief window to secure its target. Each successful hunt is not only a triumph of strength, but the careful accumulation of fat layers up to 5 inches thick, the vital energy reserve needed to endure the unforgiving Arctic winter ahead. The Arctic is an unforgiving land, where survival can become a harsh contest even among members of the same species. As sea ice, the vital network connecting hunting grounds, contracts into only a few scattered square miles, the fragile balance collapses. Tolerance fades, replaced by a cold instinct to claim and control limited space. Encounters between these giants begin with calculated ritual rather than immediate action. Adult males, rising over 9 feet tall when upright, lift their bodies to display immense mass and strength. Low vibrations travel across the ice, serving as warnings without direct engagement. This is a language of pressure. When testing swipes, carrying forces measured in thousands of pounds, fail to make an opponent retreat, a prolonged and energy-draining standoff becomes unavoidable. The deeper tension emerges during the season of scarcity, when maintaining body heat turns into a critical struggle. At such times, cubs may fall within the range of biological risk. A mother, weighing roughly 600 pounds, positions herself between danger and a cub weighing barely 25 pounds. In that moment, every defensive step is no longer instinct alone, but a deliberate choice between survival and the drive to protect her bloodline. Seals are among the most numerous residents of the Arctic, yet they live in a constant state of high alert. To survive beneath ice sheets nearly 6 feet thick, they must maintain small breathing holes, fragile lifelines connecting the dark, frozen ocean below to the harsh air above. Yet these same escape points quietly become a hunting map within the memory of the polar bear. The predator's most effective strategy is absolute patience. A bear can remain motionless for hours beside a breathing hole, blending so completely into the white ice that it is nearly invisible. Its superior sense of smell allows it to detect signs of seals from distances of dozens of miles. When a seal is forced to surface for oxygen, the bear has less than 2 seconds to act. A rapid lunge at speeds approaching 30 miles per hour, combined with immense force, typically ends resistance before the seal can fully register the danger. When seals rest atop drifting ice, the rhythm of the hunt shifts. The bear lowers its body close to the surface, advancing inch by inch, or approaches silently from beneath the icy water. Once close enough, a decisive movement draws the seal away from the ice in a single instant. A single successful hunt can provide up to 100,000 calories, enough to sustain the bear through more than 10 demanding days. Seals make up nearly 90% of the polar bear's diet, enabling it to store fat that can account for almost half of its body weight. Across the open tundra, the male caribou stands as a symbol of northern endurance. Its massive antlers, spanning nearly 4 feet wide, rise above a flexible, resilient frame built for long and demanding migrations. On dry ground, this hoofed animal is a true athlete, capable of reaching speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, fast enough to maintain safe distance from most predators. But when the thawing season arrives, familiar terrain can suddenly turn into a dangerous obstacle. Icy channels cut across migration routes, forcing caribou to swim. Here, the advantage of speed disappears. Beneath the cold, murky water, the polar bear moves in quietly, using front paws nearly 12 inches wide to maintain balance and generate powerful propulsion. As the distance narrows to just a few feet, a decisive hold is applied. Powerful shoulder muscles pull a caribou, weighing over 350 pounds, onto rocky ground, turning the crossing into an inescapable setback. For young caribou, the danger is even greater. A single moment out of sync with the herd can bring a migration spanning hundreds of miles to an abrupt end. A clear reminder of the polar bear's adaptability and dominance in the extreme Arctic environment. When summer sunlight washes over the far northern reaches, the polar bear is forced to leave its icy throne and enter a season of endurance. The seal hunting grounds disappear, and the apex predator shifts roles, becoming a persistent forager, conserving energy and seizing every opportunity to avoid physical decline. Along steep coastal cliffs, the bear quietly scans seabird nesting sites. A single egg provides only about 200 calories, but hundreds of nests combined become a vital energy source for a body weighing up to 1,500 pounds. This is a strategy of steady accumulation, low risk, low effort, exchanged for small but consistent returns. While these food sources cannot replace the rich fat reserves provided by seals, bird eggs, and salmon play a crucial role in carrying the polar bear through the summer months. The ocean's apex hunters do not rely on sharp teeth to hunt. They hunt with the mind. Beneath violent waves, a massive dark shape cuts through the water, surging forward like an arrow locked onto its target. This is not mere instinct. Supreme intelligence turns every pursuit into a chess match whose outcome is already set. Sophisticated pod tactics and relentless close-range pressure force the entire ocean to give way. And when the uncrowned king fixes its cold, focused gaze, who is truly the one being watched? Orca is the largest member of the dolphin family, nearly perfectly adapted to environments ranging from icy waters to tropical seas. Its glossy black skin, sharply contrasted by white patches, makes it stand out like an unmistakable signature across the ocean. A typical orca pod is a matrilineal family, led by an adult female, with her sons and younger individuals of multiple age groups. What places orcas at the top is not strength alone, but coordinated intelligence and disciplined energy use, communication, shifting formations, and the ability to surge beyond 30 miles per hour when the timing is right. In the frigid ocean, the great white shark appears as a powerful biological masterpiece, a body stretching beyond 20 feet, with sudden bursts that tear across the surface. With razor-sharp teeth and a bite force exceeding 4,000 pounds force, it has long been seen as a king, helping regulate and balance marine ecosystems. Yet in nature's unforgiving cycle, even an apex hunter can be pushed into the role of the pursued. From a distance, an orca pod moves like a coordinated special unit, reading the situation the way it reads the sea itself. They sweep the area with biosonar, constantly measuring gaps and obstacles, reducing the shark's situational advantage. Each approach tightens the pressure, forcing the opponent to change direction and spend energy. Rather than committing to a draining, head-on struggle, the orcas use a tactical strike. A rapid, precisely timed hit at nearly 35 miles per hour aimed at the flank, disrupting control and rhythm. That maneuver can trigger tonic immobility, a physiological response in which the body briefly becomes still and loses initiative in the water. The goal is not spectacle, but concentrated energy. A large, energy-rich liver that can weigh hundreds of pounds, hidden deep within. And in the vast ocean, The final advantage does not belong to the one with the sharpest teeth, but to coordinated intelligence and elite strategy. The humpback whale appears as the singer of the ocean, renowned for long, complex songs that carry across open seas. An adult can weigh around 80,000 pounds, with pectoral fins stretching about 16 feet, extending like massive arms that move in rhythm with the water. Most striking is the instinct to protect calves during migrations that span thousands of miles. Yet that very bond can sometimes become a point that orcas exploit. Orcas wait until a mother and calf are weakened after a long journey, then stay close to their breathing rhythm. Each time the mother surfaces to take in air, the hunting formation moves in, using those brief moments to gradually separate a calf weighing about 3,000 pounds from its shield. The turning point targets instinct itself. One individual slips beneath, using a smooth black back to gently lift the calf toward the surface, almost as if supporting it. Young and unaware, the calf follows the motion, and the balance of the encounter quickly shifts. The conclusion reflects selective feeding behavior. For orcas, the focus is on core energy needed to sustain life. It is a stark truth of nature, where a single breath taken out of rhythm can be enough to change everything. Seals are masters of survival. A streamlined body weighing around 600 pounds allows them to glide through cold currents from the Arctic to Antarctica. They carry a thick layer of blubber for insulation and energy storage. Underwater, they are agile and capable of deep dives, turning the vast ocean into an expansive home. But when they haul out onto ice floes to rest, that advantage can reverse in an instant. It is precisely this half-water, half-ice zone where orcas identify an opening. The hunting group does not rush. They surface, read the wind, assess the stability of the ice, then quietly divide into formation. A unified signal follows. Several individuals fall back to build momentum, while the pod holds rhythm as if executing a rehearsed plan. This is the wave washing technique. Together they push water forward, generating waves that can rise more than 5 feet and spill over the ice. The heavy surge strikes again and again, causing the ice to tremble, fracture, and break apart. As the icy platform gives way, the seal is forced back into the water, directly into an area where bodies measuring roughly 26 feet long have already secured every exit. The pursuit concludes swiftly, within just a few breaths. Even more remarkable than physical capability is intelligence. Young orcas require more than 3 years to master reading water movement and coordinated teamwork. It is this knowledge, passed down through generations, that has built one of the most successful hunting lineages in the ocean. In the eastern Pacific, speed is no longer a guarantee of safety. Dolphins can accelerate beyond 37 miles per hour, skimming across the surface like streaks of light, fast enough to make many predators abandon the attempt. But when facing an orca weighing around 12,000 pounds, dolphin pods understand that running straight only exposes their direction. Orcas do not drain their energy in extended pursuits. They construct the encounter through positioning. One group cuts off angles, another stays behind. Then rhythm shifts again and again to push the dolphins away from their safe zone. The surface breaks as one individual rises nearly 20 feet into the air, not for display, but to apply pressure and reduce the remaining space. Waves press inward, escape routes thin, and every change in direction demands more energy. As the pursuit stretches across many miles and the dolphin pod begins to tire, the advantage moves entirely to the side, controlling the pace. The formation closes quietly and efficiently, as if the decision had been calculated from the beginning. Moments later, the orca pod rolls through the white-tipped waves in a display of cohesion, a reminder that strength does not rest only in muscle, but in intelligence and family. The calm lasts only briefly. The ocean is vast, and the equation of survival continues. Each spring, gray whales begin one of the planet's greatest journeys, a round-trip migration of more than 12,000 miles along the Pacific Ocean. Leaving the cold waters of Alaska, these travelers, weighing up to about 90,000 pounds, head south to regions where calves can be born and grow in relative safety. Throughout the voyage, the mother serves both as guide and as a living fortress. Facing them is an orca pod, hunters known for high intelligence and strict discipline. Rather than confronting the thick blubber of a massive adult, they choose a prolonged strategy that can last for hours. The formation works like a coordinated unit, taking turns closing in, diving to interrupt surfacing rhythms, and gradually pushing the calf out of protective timing. The pursuit shifts toward shallow coastal waters, where the mother attempts to use every foot of depth to narrow the angles of approach. She turns her body to shield the calf, keeping it close and transforming her own mass into a moving barrier. But within this survival dance, a single moment out of rhythm is enough for fragile spacing to stretch. Across the open sea, enduring maternal bonds become the final line of defense against the steady, calculated pressure of the hunting pod. The polar bear survives within an unforgiving, frozen world where every decision carries an energy cost. From sea ice to tundra and summer cliffs, survival is never a matter of chance, but the result of adaptation and persistence. If the harsh rhythm of the Arctic has resonated with you, press like to show your support, and subscribe to continue following these wild journeys ahead.